Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Reversing Glass. I'm Matt Rose, Field CISO at Reversing Labs. Today's episode is entitled SSCS Use Cases, or Software Supply Chain Use Cases. Software supply chain risk, software supply chain security has gained a lot of kind of press and discussion in the industry, but what does it really mean? I mean, what are the use cases? It's just a nebulous term that covers a ton of different things. So I really wanted to quantify, qualify, whatever you want to call it, kind of specific use cases around SSCS. The first one, and I'm going to do these as buckets, because everything falls into a bucket. Number one is homegrown apps or software. So I'm developing software in my organization. I want to make sure the software supply chain security is copacetic in terms of malware, of vulnerabilities associated with software supply chain. So that's number one. I'm developing applications. I need to be cognizant of the risk in the applications I'm developing. This is a pretty common use case, pretty, on the level what people are thinking about software supply chain, but there's some other ones as well. The other bucket that we're going to talk about, that's a much better bucket. Well, we try, is TPRM. Another acronym to throw it out there. I'm really sorry about that. But third-party risk management. I'm an organization and I'm looking to purchase a new piece of software. Maybe it's a security software. Maybe it's a charting package, any type of software. And you want to make sure that even though organizations self-attest at the risk in the application, they give you the questionnaire, they fill it out and say, this is great. Software supply chain security associated with third-party risk management is a huge kind of conversation that you need to have when you're purchasing software. It needs to be part of that discussion for bringing software in, because again, if that software is compromised by malware or some sort of software supply chain hack, the buying company is going to be held liable more so than the vendor. Yes, the vendor will be held liable, but now it's your problem and their problem. So the second example of software supply chain risk or security is third-party risk management, or TPRM. The third one we're going to talk about, and let's see if I can get a bucket. Another good bucket is M&A. A lot of times organizations purchase other companies. They want to grow by acquisition, so they're purchasing another software vendor, a company that's doing logistics for them, whatever that is. But when you actually purchase that, you can look at, again, the self-attestation of risk questionnaires, but what are you really buying? There's been some instances in the industry where one software company buys another one, and all of a sudden they realize this thing's a steaming pile of you-know-what. There's issues in it. Now I got to recover from it. And I can think of one example, but I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. But when you're actually acquiring a company, you need software supply chain security techniques to verify what you're actually buying, in addition to the revenue generating, application organization in general. So that's the third option. And the last one is kind of a new one that I've been thinking about. I was at conferences recently, and this kind of came up, is cyber insurance. I really think software supply chain security should be part of the vetting for premiums associated with cyber insurance. Organizations, address the issue of risk in their organization, what they're doing by buying insurance, and that insurance has a premium. Well, those insurance carriers go through a process of vetting, what is the risk, what type of information do they have, and provide a premium. Without software supply chain security tooling, they're really not getting 100% accurate view of the risk. So they say that, yes, this organization is doing the right things. Here's all my reports on what I've done. Here are the vulnerabilities I've fixed. Here are the ones that need to be fixed. And you get a rate. But with software supply chain security techniques, you can basically have a complete understanding, not just a interpreted understanding based on Q&A, research, so on and so forth. So this is software supply chain security use cases. Again, we have 4 across the board. Homegrown apps, software that you're developing, pretty simplistic. Third-party risk management, if you're trying to buy an application, buy some sort of tooling for your organization, vetting it before you actually purchase it and bring it into your network, ecosystem, whatever. M&A, if you're buying a company, make sure that what you're buying is secure, that there is not anything questionable in terms of malware or risk, or helping cyber insurance companies get a better lens, a better understanding of the risk for an organization and how to quote premiums. I'm Matt Rose. This was another episode of Reversing Glass. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a great day, everyone.